Oh, hey guys. So we'll get right back into it, since that's all anybody wants to talk about is the Jews. That's what it's all about. It's the Jews. So we're gonna just follow the trend. Let's follow the trend, right? Follow the trend. Let's talk about the Jews some more. Right? That's what's going. That's what it is. It's the Jews. So did you ask yourself that question? All these U.S. dollars that are going to Israel, where should that money go? Did you ask yourself? What was the conclusion that you came to when you asked yourself that question? All these U.S. tax dollars that are going to Israel, where should those tax dollars go? Did you ask yourself that question? Yeah, okay. Well, what was the answer? What was the answer to the question? Remember, we're follow the trend. We're following the trend. It's the Jews. That's Israel and the Jews. That's the trend. That's all anybody wants to talk about is the Jews. So if you can't beat them, join them. Right? If you can't beat them, join them. So all these U.S. tax dollars that are going to Israel, all these billions and billions of dollars, where should that money go? It should go to the Christians, right? The Christians, because the Christians are the righteous ones that are doing the righteous stuff. All the U.S. citizens that are Christians, it should be them. Oh, no. The Republicans, all that's where all that money should go to the Republicans. No? Where? I know, the health industry. All that money, all those billions of dollars going to Israel, the U.S. tax dollars going to Israel, where that money should go is the health industry. Because, we've got all these health problems. We could be using that money to, we could invest it into the health industry, and then the health industry could keep us all healthy, because the health industry is such a reliable industry. Where? I mean, am I the only one who is sick of hearing about Israel and the Jews? Am I the only one? Who's sick of hearing all these people complaining about the Jews? Like, I'm the only one. Anyway, yeah. I mean, no, really. How come nobody wants to answer that question? Do you really think that you can get two or more people, even just two people, to agree on where all that money should go? All these U.S. tax dollars, billions of dollars that are going to Israel. You really think that you could get two people to both agree on where that money should go, if not to Israel? See, this is the thing. I'm right. I'm right that you couldn't even get two people to agree on where all those U.S. tax dollars that are going to Israel, where that money should go. You can't even get two Americans to agree. Because one American will say, well, I think that money should go here. And then another, just if you had two people in the same room discussing, having a think tank on where all this money that's going to Israel, where should it go? You get a think tank of two people. You think that those two people are going to agree? And if they were able to agree, where do you think that they would decide that money should go? Well, those two people would decide that money should go to benefit those two people, individuals. Like, it should go to them. They can split it half and half. And then the one person with one half, they can decide what they can do with their half, and the other person can decide what they can do with the other half. So, okay, so see, you know I'm right. You know I'm right. You fucking know I'm right. And, so now that if you can just admit that you know I'm right, so then what's the point of all this talking about the Jews and Israel and all this money? It's pointless. There is no point in even talking about it because nobody's going to agree. And everybody just wants the shekels for themselves. They don't care about anything or anyone but themselves. They just want that money for themselves. And you know I'm right. So the question is what is the point then of all this talk about the Jews? You know that there is no point to it. It's just a bunch of stupid noise. It's just noise, blah, blah, noise, blah, blah. You know, it's just a bunch of meaningless noise. That's all it is. And, you know, we're following the trend. That's what we're doing in this video. Follow the trend. If you can't beat them, join them. So we're talking about the Jews, right? Well, what about all of those billions of U.S. tax dollars that are going to Israel? Where should that money go? In your bank account, right? If it went to your bank account, then you would figure out where the best place for that money will go. Yeah. As long as it's in your hands and your control, then you'll be able to figure out where's the best place for it. Yeah, we may not know exactly where it should go, but as long as we have it, then we could figure that out later. Right now, what's important is that it shouldn't go to Israel. Hey, I'm just following the trend. That's all you people. Look, this is what everyone's talking about. Israel and the Jews. And all these U.S. tax dollars going to Israel and everything. See, you know that it's all bullshit. It's all a bunch of fucking noise. Pointless, meaningless noise. And yet, even though you know this, that's all anybody continues to talk about. That's all anybody's going to keep talking about is the Jews and Israel. Even though it's just a bunch of pointless, meaningless fucking bullshit. You and everyone else is just going to keep talking about it. You know, as if there's some meaning to it when you don't even know what the word Jew means. You don't even know what it means. You don't know the definition of the word. You don't know where the word originated, but you're going to keep talking about it as though you do, just like everyone else. And nobody's going to shut the fuck up. Nobody's going to just humble themselves and just admit that, you know what, I don't even really know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I really don't even see the point in even talking about it. Because again, where's all that money going to go? Who gets to decide where all those billions of U.S. tax dollars that are going to Israel are going to go? Who's going to be the decider? You? Are you the decider? Are you going to be the decider as to where all those billions of tax dollars that are going to Israel are going to go? Are you the decider? Well, no, you're not. But then you're going to keep going on and on talking about it anyways, even though you're not the decider. You don't get to decide where those billions of U.S. tax dollars are going to go. And even if you were the decider, well, what would your decision be? What would your decision be as to where all that money should go? And whatever your decision is, do you think that people are going to agree with you, or are you going to have a bunch of people upset as to your decision in where all those billions of tax dollars should go? Or is your decision, is it going to go over well with the populace, or are they going to be upset and start calling you a Jew? See, this is the thing. I know I'm right. You know I'm right. Everybody knows that this is the truth, but nobody wants to admit it. And that's why everybody just keeps going on and on about the Jews in Israel. When none of them know what they're talking about. They have no fucking clue what they're talking about. They don't even know what the word Jew means. They don't know where it originated or what the word means. They just keep going on and on about it, pretending and LARPing as though they're experts on something they know absolutely nothing about. And we're following the trend. This has been a trend for how long now has this been a trend to just go on and on about the Jews? How long? Again, if you can't beat them, join them. Follow the trend. Follow the trend. What's the trend? Jews, Israel, yeah? All these shekels, look, there's billions and billions of U.S. tax dollars that are going to Israel. Where should that money go? I know you're tired of hearing the question. Maybe I'm tired of hearing it too. I'm tired of listening to all you dumb people going on and on about the Jews in Israel when you don't even know what the word Jew means. You can't even admit that you don't even know what the word Jew means. You have no idea. And you don't have an answer to the question as to where all these U.S. tax dollars that are going to Israel, where should that money go? You don't have an answer. But you keep pretending as though you have the answer. You don't. And everybody knows that you're just going like this because everyone else is doing the same thing. Everybody just wants that money for themselves. And everybody wants a piece of the pie. That's why everybody's jumping on this Jew trend where all they do is talk about Israel and the Jews. This is why. Because they want a piece of that pie. It's the biggest fucking clickbait subject on the internet right now is Israel and the Jews. You know how many subscribers you can get and how many clicks, likes, and views you can get from talking about Israel and the Jews? But I'm the only person in the whole world that is so fucking sick of hearing about Israel and the Jews. It's just me. Everyone else loves it. They every day they seek it out. What's the latest talk about Israel and the Jews? Everybody's just seeking it out. I wonder what they're saying about Israel and the Jews today. It's the Jews. But so we're doing the exercise. The exercise is where should all that money go? All those U.S. tax dollars that are going to Israel, where should all that money go? What do you think that what do you think your friend's opinion as to where that money should go? Your friend wants all that money for himself or herself too. And they'll give you some of it. They'll still have more for themselves, but they'll be generous and give you some. They'll trickle some down to you, right? As long as you get a piece of the pie, though, you don't really care, right? As long as you're in the group of people that gets a piece of the pie of all that money that's going to Israel, then you're cool. Then you've got no complaints. As long as you get yours, right? So no, I'm the only person that is so fucking sick of hearing about Israel and the Jews. Everyone else they cannot wait. The first thing they do when they wake up in the morning is they rush to their cell phone to find out what are they saying about Israel and the Jews today. Are they saying that all that money should not go to Israel again today like they did yesterday? Oh boy, yeah, they are. Yeah, all right, yeah. Where should all this money go? I'm just going to keep, because we're following the trend. Follow the trend. What's the trend? It's the Jews, Israel and the Jews, Israel and the Jews. So since you're not sick of hearing it, I'm the only person in the whole world that is sick of listening to all this fucking bullshit about Israel and the Jews. I'm the only one. Since I'm the only one sick of listening to it, I'm just following the trend now. If I can't beat him, join him. Just throw in the towel, man. Just give in. It's so let's talk about the Jews, you guys. You know, all those billions of dollars, U.S. tax dollars that are going to Israel, man. That's just unbelievable. Where should that money go, you guys? We need to figure out where that money should go. To the Christians? To the Christians, right? Yeah? Because the Christians will know how to disperse that money fairly and justly to everyone else, because the Christians are the, you know, they're the chosen people. Oh, no? So let's get our think tank together so we can figure out all these tax dollars, U.S. tax dollars that are going to Israel. Where should it go? Because we all agree that these billions of U.S. dollars that are going to Israel should not be going to Israel. Everybody agrees on that. So now we just got to get our think tank together so that we can decide, well, where should all that money go? You know? And we'll come up with the right decision. Like, who gets to be the decider as to where all that money should go? Who decides? Who is the one that has the answer as to where all that money should go? Is it you? You're the one with the answer, right? Well, why should everyone else trust that you have the answer? Maybe it's not you. Maybe it's someone else that has the correct answer as to where that money should go. Who is the decider? Who gets to decide? Anyways, we're following the trend. It's time to just give in. And, if you can't beat them, join them. So let's follow the trend. The Jews and Israel and all these U.S. tax dollars going to Israel. Where should it go? I want to hear your answer. Where should all that money go? And who gets to decide where all that money should go? Is it you?